What is going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Hello, if this is the first time finding the channel. So once again, Diecast gods looking down on me. It's about 30 degrees today as well. I've been up and down attics, in and out of places. However, I've picked up another collection. Let's flip it around and let's show you what we've got. So here's your first little teaser about what's in the van. I've pulled a couple of boxes out simply so we can have a look at them, because one-handed it's a bit difficult moving stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, there ended up being about 450 loose models. This is just some of them. There's more obviously in the van. A lot of Corgi, a lot of Dinky, a lot of really nice stuff. We'll just start with this little tray here. As you can see, there's loads of Corgi, Dinky in there, Matchbox in there, a couple of spot-ons floating around. There's a couple of repaints in there as well, but the majority of them are original. Everything's going to be priced accordingly anyway. And to be fair, the repaints that I've put up recently this year have sold pretty well and pretty fast. So look at the Russian ones. Some of these are really, really nice. You just don't see them. When they get listed on eBay, they're gone pretty much the same day. So there's a handful of them here, look. Nice, like your Moskoviches, your Ladas, your Gazcars. That's lovely as well in there, like that in the colour there, in the blue. Really nice. Some really nice Dinkies in here as well, to be fair. Some really nice examples. Obviously, they're a bit dusty and stuff at the minute, so these will clean up very nice. I actually went to view this gentleman's collection about 7 years ago, and we couldn't quite get together on the price, so it was one of those ones who just walked away. Unfortunately, he's passed away a couple of months ago, so his sons got in touch. It was time for the collection to go, and yeah, I think it worked out fair for us both. I'm happy to be the custodian of this sort of stuff at the minute until, you know, find it the forever homes. But as you can see, bunch of military here, a lot of Britain stuff floating around in here. They lovely, the KDWs, aren't they? There's some Corgi, there's some Dinky. There's some really early stuff in here as well, to be fair. Like some of the, you know, the earlier tanks with the chains, as you can see here. It's a nice early one, isn't it? Casting's pretty good as well. A lot of them normally snap off. That's all there. You've also got the smaller tank and, you know, like that 150 series, isn't it? 151, 152s. They're all about in here. As you can see, the lighter tank down there with the chains, the carrier is there. All the trailers are here. You've got that there. This is nice too. Bit of a bigger scale in it, like that Austin Champ Jeep Britain's. That's very nice. And then you go into this tray here. As you can see, a bunch of commercials in here and a bunch of everything, really. I know these aren't worth anything, are they, in all fairness? But there's a bunch of fold-ins. You've got Type 2 fold-ins. You've got Type 1 fold-ins. Whenever I think of Dinky toys, I always think of this era of Dinky. The million question is, would you repaint this, restore it? Would you keep it original? Of course, in the Volkswagen world, we actually call that patina. But it's quite nice. You know, all the casting's pretty good on it too. I like that. You got a bunch of other things in here, some repaints floating around, but you know, you still get 10, 15 quid for that all day long on eBay. They'll sell. These guy trucks are really nice. Original too. Look at that, spare tires. Castings are all good. And there's also one with a little tailboard there as well. That's nice, isn't it? Really nice examples. Bunch of ones there. Some nice things. Then as you go into this tray here, you've got more Corgis, more Dinkies. Bit of everything again. Some really nice examples. You can see the dust on these where they've been on the shelf for so many years. But you've got the comma van there, look, with the camera. Yep, it's got the dual light as well. That's nice. You know, some really nice ones that will clean up in here. And you think about it, not everyone wants mint boxed, you know. One, people aren't bothered by it. They're just happy to have the model. Two, not everyone's got the budget for the mint box stuff. So that's some of that there. Then we go into another tray of all sorts here, basically. There's a couple of older bits, newer bits in here floating around. Seems to be a lot of like the crossover 80s, 90s Dinky Matchbox in there. But again, nice models. All the Model Club anniversary stuff there too, which is nice. There's a bunch of things in here from early Dinkies, which is the heavier stuff I've tried to put on the bottom. That's nice. There's a mighty anti-tank transporter in there in the corner. Some more modern planes. I don't know a lot about these planes, but we will find out. Next to that, then, there's all the stuff in there as well. Might have to look at the eBay store for that. Let's keep something as a bit of suspense for you, isn't it? Then you've got some trucks in here and some buses. All of those are like mint condition. And in all fairness, right, well, if you followed me long enough, I don't really make videos on these, but if you follow me on the social medias, like my hands are stinking from attics. But I sell these really, really well. They do good for me, if I'm honest. 150 trucks like this. And there's a lot of them in here are slightly harder liveries to find, or ones that you don't see so much. Mirrors unopened, all the tacos are in there too. The whole bottom of this box is 150 trucks of that kind of era, which are nice. You've got a bunch of EFE buses there as well. How can I do this? I stand in the van. Probably not the most conventional way, but EFE's not very big money. But I fall in love with this Leyland kind of bus. Are they Leyland? Yeah, Leyland Nationals. You've got the Mark 1 and Mark 2s. I think the reefers on the back are the difference, aren't they? But I really, really like those. This is where I'm probably going to break my neck now. Getting back out, that wasn't the best way to do that. I was sort of balancing on that little ledge because I didn't want to stand on my bumper. But EFEs, there's a bunch there. Bunch of stuff here too. Again, it's all sellable stuff, isn't it, at the end of the day? British Road Services, they're all right. They're quite nice. You've got some fighting machines. You've got I think pretty much the Quartz NASCARs, the full set of them are almost there. Some aviation bits there. You've got some more planes and things there. As we walk around to the side. I know this is a very different type of video, so hopefully you're enjoying it. Got a box of what looks like Solidos, many of them. Box of more Corgi, Dinkies. Mixture of older stuff, newer stuff, lead figures. At the end of the day, as I've already said, bread and butter stuff is what this is, and it's stuff that will sell for me. You've got another big box here. Sorry, that's my arm. Trying to squeeze in the gap of Corgi and Dinkies. You've got another box there. Well, actually, let's walk around. That'll be a bit easier, won't it? My Chevy truck, my 1983 Chevy Blazer. I adore this. The brakes, actually, well, the brake server went on it last week. That's why there's a bit of drips down there, because I was leaking brake fluid. It was an interesting experience, but Miller Speed Shop sorted me out. It went in there. A couple of hours later, it was back out. And do you know, I ordered parts from a company called Rock Auto in America, and literally ordered them on a Monday night. By the Thursday, it arrived in the UK. I know. What service? Right, Del Prado figures on top. Really nice, to be fair. Underneath, Corgis and Dinkies and all sorts, you know. Probably not the most conventional way to leave vehicles in there, but I was running out of boxes. I had to borrow some of the gents. In here then is a 1/18th. Under the 1/18th. Oh, how can I do this? Sorry, stick with me. This is why I like to film videos on the table, you know, because it's a bit easier to do. You see those Danbury mints? I think I got a full set of those like pewter vehicles. Kind of cute. Then a box of more sorts there. And you can see more 150 trucks. And there we are. If I put you on top, you can see those NASCAR vehicles I was talking about. So yeah, what are we thinking? Excuse the mess. It's warm. It is warm. I'm going up and down attics and moving stuff. Not ideal, but we got it done. Boys and girls, this is just another little snippet of my life as a vintage toy dealer. I love it. I really, really love it. You know, for 15 years chasing the dream. As I said, well, 5 hours or so this took to buy it, get it loaded, get back home. Now the fun starts unloading this, choosing what I want to list on eBay first. Gonna add stuff to the backlog, and that's part of the fun. But until next time, boys and girls, thank you very much for tuning in to another video. Sorry this was a bit jumpy, but I wanted to do a what's in the van. And until next time, I shall see you soon. Boosh, you know exactly what to do.